Hello and welcome to Excelsureacademy. Myself, Dr. Ruby Singh. So, as you know, I have started the series of interviews where people who have qualified their exams are sharing their experiences and their time management so that the other students can get inspired and they can also plan these strategies in order to clear their exams. So, this is the first time I'm calling a doctor over here to give her experience in her time and time management and strategies for the exam NEET UG. So till now I have been taking for the PhD entrances and the job application. This is the first time I have interviewed a doctor who has cleared her NEET UG exam, and she has shared her experiences with us, like how to actually prepare for the exam, what should be the time management, what are the precautions to be taken care of, including the diet and the sleep cycle. Everything she had discussed with us. So let's see what she has to say, and let's hear out. Okay. Hi Jaya, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, Ruby. How are you?
I'm also good. So as part of my academy channel, I really want to know like how you prepared for your exams and then how you proceeded with your career, because many of my students are asking the same questions. So I think you are the best candidate who can explain in detail. So just share your experience with
Actually,
us.
sure. The thing is, to be a doctor, they need firstly utmost patience. Make sure, like, you need to give up your almost 10 to 12 years only for studies. If you are, okay with that, then only start preparing for, NEET UG. Otherwise, it's an utter waste. You can join another branch at that time itself. Don't waste too much of your time. If you are, committed, you have commitments to be a doctor, and then only you start.
Yes.
So, coming to the preparation, many people say, like, you need to study 18 hours per day, 20 hours per day. That and all doesn't matter according to me. Even if you study 7 hours per day, but you should have your proper concentration. That is what I feel, and that is what I did too. And it is a myth, like, if you study from Sri Chaitanya or as it's Narayana only, you will be getting a PGC, like UGC. So these things are, just like a myth, I can say. That's not at all true. Everything depends upon how much you work hard. Yes. And how much efforts you put. And once it comes to, BPC, like whatever you call bio, or many people call it as, science, few call it as bio, and few call it as BPC. Whatever it is, at last, whoever is going to give the exam is the same exam. Yes. So, what according to me, all the like whoever is preparing for, NEET UG, all the medicos will have comparatively less knowledge towards the mathematical sciences. Okay. So they have to make their basics strong up, like towards botany, and then geology, then do chemistry, and then go for physics. Okay. This is how the actual preparation goes. Because even if you don't know, that's not a big point in physics. You should apply your brain. Yes. But botany and geology is not applying brain. You should, remember things. Yes. Remembering means you need more and more revisions. Like, as of now, I can say there is something called audio-visual memory. The more you listen, the more you see, the more you can remember. Yes. So try to use all three of your senses when you are sitting and studying. It is nothing like यहाँ पे दिमाग है, सोच कहीं रहे हो और देख कहीं और रहे हो. So that's don't waste your time. You have, I think, when is the exam? Next year only, no?
Yeah.
2021 or is this year?
No, they right now they have postponed it, so I don't know when they are going to take it now.
Okay, whatever it is, so they have plenty of time. First thing is have confidence on you. Some people might come and say like, "Kyun banna hai doctor? It's a time waste, and you can take a smaller journey. Why you are wasting so long of your life?" Don't go with that. First thing I told you should have your own commitment. You should stick to your own dream. First, make your dream, goal, target, whatever you say, make it clear. And after that, you start proceeding. And see, everyone has their own strong subjects. For me, strongest subject was chemistry. Usually bio people know they will have botany and zoology stronger, but I had chemistry strong. So depends upon person to person. But according to me, they should do physics. Like when you're solving a paper also, when I was giving my UG exam, we had separate sections of bio, geology, physics, and then chemistry.
Okay.
So what I usually used to do is, even geology will not have too much of, like tricky questions. Usually botany will have. So what you can do is first start, when you're solving a paper, start with zoology, then go to botany, then do to chemistry, and then come to physics. Like whatever you jumble up, that doesn't matter. But most of the people will keep physics at last, because that needs too much of pain at that time. Because we know nothing. Like comparatively, if you see the mathematical students and us, like we are like, ये हम लोग के बस की बात नहीं. And now also I'm like least bothered about it, because I don't need that in my routine life. So you can give lesser preference to physics. So make sure other 3 subjects are you're very much strong. And first thing, never ever let your hopes go down. Like this year nahi to next year, that's okay. See, at this point of time, I don't want to give a hype or something, but imagine at this kind of pandemic,
Yes.
the person who can save the entire nation is only doctors.
Correct.
Not only doctors, I can say, all the hospital management staff.
Yes,
Let it be nurses or housekeeping, whoever work with us, paramedics. And I can give personally more credits towards the sisters and the paramedics, because I'll go just for rounds, I will see the patient, I'll just write the management, and I'll come off, and I'll go whenever it is needed. The person who is going to stay with them 24/7 is the nurses or the paramedics.
Yes.
So first thing, respect everyone. Until unless you respect everyone, as all other professions, we cannot come to that position. So never ever think like, chalo, this is I have achieved something and I am great. Stop thinking like that. That is what is my personal advice. And whoever wants to take that can take it. And coming to preparation, I told you always, like, everyone has their own way of preparing. So for me, I used to prepare 8 hours per day. And first time I couldn't clear when I wrote along with my 12th standard. I couldn't get. I got a rank of, I guess, some 7,000 to 8,000. So being a general category student, I didn't get anything. So I wasted 1 more year entirely. I couldn't say waste, but I prepared for 1 more year. And then after 1 year of, in that 1 year of preparation, most important thing is do as many questions as possible. Yeah. And whenever you're eating, see, first thing, don't chit chat. That is the most important thing. Like, and especially don't chit chat about your studies. Because if today I have studied some topic and you have studied some topic, and you will come and like tell, like, I have finished this, I have finished that, and might be the other person would not have finished that, and they might have thought like, chalo, ye topic I will leave, and I will instead of this I will put more effort in the other topic and I'll crack off. So the problem is never ever go with the other. Don't compare. Even if you're chit-chatting about the studies, it's okay. Take it in a competitive way. Don't start comparing like, they have finished, I couldn't finish. Don't take too much of stress. And after that, like, make a point. Like today, if you're making one question wrong, make sure you go read that entire topic, make a note of whatever you are forgetting, and stick it on your room or or your pad, whatever you have. Like, stick it on it and go through it again and again till you think like, I will never ever forget this. So that is what is most important. The other thing I would do is, like, in chemistry there will be that numbers, atomic numbers and all, which are again memory based.
Correct.
So whatever is memory based, keep 1 hour daily in the morning, like not 6 o'clock. The moment you get up, don't read memory based topics, because at the time we will be drowsy. That is what a human being is. You cannot blame the students. So when you get up at 6 to 7, make sure you're reading a topic which you like. the one subject you like, so that you will be enthusiastic in the morning. After finishing that, don't eat too heavy breakfast in the morning and too oily foods, because even the food patterns are important when you are preparing. The more oily food and more, saturated fats and all, they will cause more of postprandial hyperglycemia. So I think all the students will understand. That means like it will cause too much sleep when you are eating food a lot, and that is like human nature. Everyone on hyperglycemia after food will be sleepy. So make sure you eat healthy. I'm not telling eat less, eat healthy. So when you eat healthy, the thing is you will be freshed up in the morning, and don't ever go, like a lazy fellow in the morning. That is what is much more important, because the mornings are startup. If you are not, fresh in the morning, you cannot study. The entire day will go waste. Maybe few people will be, night readers. And I personally suggest, don't be a night reader, at least at this stage. Not needed. At, 11, 12 standards. The problem is because there is something called insomnia-induced dementia. The more you read at nights, there are more chances of forgetfulness. So better you don't read at that time. Instead, you get up early, sleep early. Even if you don't get up, don't read also, it is fine in the night. But have your proper sleep, get up. Even if you want to get up at 9 o'clock, make sure you get up at 9, but don't waste time after that. Give your 100%.
Yes.
And then coming to, 2 hours of studying, then you start doing MCQs for 1 to 2 hours. Okay, now done. Just see whatever you may have done the mistakes and leave it off. Leave and start studying the another subject or another topic. Read it for 2-3 hours, and again somewhere you will be bored enough. When you are bored enough, open the book which you made the mistakes, and then see, because immediately seeing, that will be like boring. If you take a single subject for more than 2 hours, they'll get bored, and then they will not even concentrate on the next subject. So make sure once you are doing the first subject, take a break, do MCQs, again take a break, and then you start another subject, and then see the previous questions, what you have done wrong. And once doing wrong, maintain the same book. Don't change the notes here. Don't change the notes here and there. Why I'm changing is not to change, why I'm telling not to change the books here and there is because we will keep here, अगर मैं आज एक notebook में लिख रही हूँ, कल I'm writing in some other notebook, and I will forget to see the one notebook later. So get one big diary and put everything in one single notes. Make it into 4 subjects. There are big like this thick diaries. I will suggest you, 300, 400 pages. You can divide into 4 subjects and write over there. And don't write too big and don't give too much space also. The more जितना ज़्यादा देखोगे उतना ज़्यादा डर लगता है. That is what is the fact. So I suggest is write small letters, not too small, but write enough small that you only can understand, and later you go through it. If you make it 2-3 books and later again you will say, I have to see 3 books at a time. So don't do that. Make sure you do everything one single notes. And then coming to chalo, this is enough, and try to give too many grand tests. At least weekly 1 grand test. Once you finish all your subjects, start giving the grand test every week. Even if you don't finish, that's okay, fine. But make a habit of giving a grand test, because you need to have a habit of, time management. That is what is much more important. As I told you, everyone takes different times. You might take 30 minutes for chemistry. I might need 50 minutes. So depends upon person to person. Don't listen to anyone's time management. Make sure you make your own time management. You should understand what is more important for you and which you are strong, and divide the time accordingly. After dividing the time, make sure you finish always. If you're writing a grand test, make sure always you finish the exam at least 10 minutes before. Because today you have no pressure. On the final exam, definitely we'll be pressurized. So make a habit of 10 minutes, finishing before, and later on, like after 2 months, I can say, make sure you start having a habit of at least finishing 20 minutes before. That will come automatically. Once you start doing, yeah, that will become a habit. And once you start giving grand tests, and then you start discussing with your friends. That is what is more important. So please make a group of only hardly 2 to 3 people. It should not exceed 3 people, because that will cause more of chit-chatting things other than studying.
True.
So make small group, 2 to 3 people. In the 2-3 people, you're like SNA, if there are 300 questions, you are supposed to discuss all the 300. SNA, you have got only 4 wrong answers, so you discuss only 4. That's a wrong habit. Discuss all 300, and don't take too much of time. If you have wrote the exam for 3 hours, make sure your discussion part should finish up within 2 hours.
Okay.
Because there will be so many single liners also. So don't waste time on single liners. Once you start, doing MCQs too much, you will itself understand what are the important topics. In that important topics, make a list. What in which you are like little bit weaker. In that little bit weaker like topics, not subject. In one subject, like let us take zoology. I hardly remember anything. I'm sorry to say that, but I think it's almost 8 years that I finished my UG. So, if you take zoology, in that so many, this trematodes, nematodes, and again, there will be
classification. Yes.
Yeah. So once there is any classification, in that classification, what you try to do is, in that particular classification, what you are forgetting, to make that point as a list. And that's all. When you are starting your day, make sure you just flip off the pages at least for 5 minutes. When you are having a lunch break, flip off the pages. Instead of talking something else, you just flip the pages and tell your friend, or else ask them to tell something. So this will help. But SNA again, you start comparing. Yes. First ever biggest thing is stop comparing. That is the biggest mistake students do. Don't do that. And I think that should be enough for the preparation. And now coming to the final exam. Never read on the day of the exam. Never ever touch a book in the morning. Have a proper sleep. Don't eat too much. And don't go without eating food also. Have a nice cup of coffee before going. And don't be dehydrated also. That is what is more important. Because once you are dehydrated or hypoglycemic, you will start feeling dizzy, sleepy. Stop avoiding all these things. And whenever you are writing a grand test, make sure you write at the time of the final exam. If you are having the final exam at afternoon 2 to 5, so while you are preparing the grand test also, give an exam at 2 to 5. Okay. And last 1 or 1.5 months, make a habit, at least you give only 4 or 5. Don't give too many grand tests, because you will be scared enough. So don't do that mistake. Like if your exam is supposed to say on 1st of July, don't give any exam from 15th of June. Okay. That 15 days you just prepare, you see, and be chilled off, sleep properly. Only read the topics which you are forgetting, because you have something called subconscious memory. Even if you think you don't know, so many things will be stored in your brain. True. So when you are able to answer something spontaneously, that doesn't need a revision. That topic doesn't need a revision. That is what it means. Assuming if I am strong at chemistry, if I go and read chemistry again and again, that doesn't make any sense. True. Yeah. So this should be enough. And coming to the exam point again, I'm telling again and again, don't be tense. Don't read on the day of the exam in the morning. Like, new topics should be stopped at least 1 month before a exam. Usually they tell 2 months. But being a student, I know how tough it is. 2 months say don't read new topics, because we will have 10-20 topics new to read before 2 months. So that's okay. You can leave from 1 month before, because you will get scared unnecessarily. See, hardly how many, imagine I have left some topic called, I'm telling you one biggest secret. I read physics only hardly for 1 month. I didn't read at all because I said that is not my cup of tea. Instead of wasting time on that, I became strong in the other three subjects. And physics, I made sure like I know the basic thing, basic things. Even if you know the basic things, you will be able to score like at least 10 questions is basic, obviously. And even if you give some 5 to 10 flukes, that should be enough, I guess. We had 160 questions, so 40 botany, 40 zoology, 40 physics, and 40 chemistry. In that 40, I think 20 was enough for me, and we didn't have any, negative marking. That was the greatest thing we had. So stop being in a myth like if you don't know the question, you should not attempt. Give a try. If you know 50-50, you give a try. If you don't know, like कुछ भी पता नहीं है question के बारे में, and you want to give a fluke, that doesn't make any sense. If you know, at least if you are able to rule out 2 options, definitely give it a try. Because see, you might be knowing better, like probability. That is more is important. If it gets correct, you will gain 4 points.
Yes.
So that you can, even if you make 2-3 wrongs also, it is okay. You will gain 2 marks.
True.
So that is how it goes. So make sure you attempt as many as questions. How many questions do they have in NEET UG?
Now I think it's 235, I
Do you
guess.
have any idea?
235 questions are there, I guess.
230.
Even I haven't checked actually.
Okay. In 235 hours, that's fine. They should leave only hardly 10 questions. That's all.
Okay.
They should not leave, 40-50 questions thinking like, I don't know anything about it. Don't do that. See, if you don't know, so many people who are giving a try will take off the seat and you will be sitting at the same place. That is how it goes. So hardly only 10 questions should be left off, not more than that.
Yes.
So make sure even in the final exam, they complete the exam, 10-15 minutes before, so that they can they can go through it again, like what are the left things and all. I think they will have a pattern in which they can be not answered but having a doubt, and answered completely. There are some 3-4 categories in that. So if they're having a doubt, they can just put it as answered and recheck again, like if they're having any doubt. So make sure you check only those questions. Don't, if you have, you cannot put all the 230 questions as, answer and recheck. Don't do that. Make sure you make those kind of questions hardly 30 to 40. That's all. And you can leave 10 questions which you don't know at all. So make sure in the first attempt when you're giving itself, you should be very much thorough, at least with 180 to 190 questions. That is how it goes. And even after the exam also, don't be too much stressed off. Don't be confused. Don't take too much anything to heart. There is time. They're very young.
Yeah.
So they can give a try. I have seen people giving 2-3 tries also. And I studied in Andhra College. But my friend who gave up 2-3 years, she's studied in AIMS. So that's fine. You can still have a chance, and you can still have a good chance than your friends who get joined earlier. So don't worry about that. Life is always about an opportunity, and as we say, failures are stepping stones of success. So make sure you make too many mistakes in the grand test. Don't make too many mistakes in the final exam. So make too many mistakes as much. Like in the grand test, they're not supposed to leave even one question. Attempt all 235. Even if you get negative marking also, it's okay. But it is a grand test. That is not going to do any harm to you.
Yes.
So they can do as many wrongs as they can. So ask them to give as many questions as possible for that time. And let us see, that mistakes only will teach you.
Yes.
That mistakes are the best teachers ever.
True.
You will never forget if you make a mistake. And make sure then you go and talk to someone about that mistake. That, a discussion or a clarification, whether let it be with a teacher or let it be with a friend, that is what is much more important. And make sure, daily night, at least after 7, like raat ko 7 se 9 baje tak, they have a group discussion only on studies. So that when we discuss, when we talk more about something, they can retain it more.
Nice.
Okay, so any other doubts, they can come back to me at any time.
Yes,
So
yes, I'll let
all
them
the
know.
best for everyone.
Yeah. Thank
Sure.
you, Jaya. Thank you
Happy.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All the
Thank you so
best.
much. Yes.
Welcome. So that was amazing listening to Dr. Jaya Lalwani. So she is currently working at Dr. Mehtas in Chennai. So it was really nice the way she has explained her strategies in time management. I really hope this was useful to all the students who are aspiring to clear their NEET exam. So don't worry, don't panic. Let this pandemic goes away, and then this is the best time where you can prepare to the maximum. So I just hope all the best to all the aspiring students, and I hope this video was helpful to all of you. Thank you and keep watching.